Hello everyone, welcome to the all-new sports show presented by Roger G. Taylor and Associates. I am Edward Green. McCall Wes Bradshaw will be joining me at the desk momentarily. We have a great return show for you today. So much to talk about. Big East baseball underway. We'll be getting you up-to-the-minute results as conference play is in full swing in the Big East. We'll also be taking a look around our area for other sports, get you a Masters update, talk a little Major League Baseball, wrap up basketball season in college, and so much more here on the All New Sports Show. Let's get to it.
Dogs coming on blitz, a nice pickup. Green gets rid of it and caught on the deflection. Put 6 on the board, Knight fans. That is a touchdown.
Oh, look at that fanciness.
Where'd your audio go, Edward? It doesn't matter where your audio went.
No, it went to DraftKings.com, where you can play free fantasy sports today.
I heard about that on a podcast I heard once. We'll talk later.
Yes, we'll.
Hello, folks, and welcome to the All New Sports Show. I'm Edward Green. He's Wes Brett.
It hasn't been that long since you've been up here.
Read the teleprompter wrong again. What will they write up there next?
We have a teleprompter?
In all seriousness, it's up here.
Oh, okay.
If you look hard enough, you'll see it. Folks, in all seriousness, I am Wes Bradshaw, as you've known me for years in this area, and he is Edward Green, as you see every week on the morning show here on WHIG TV. And we're the company.
We're the company.
We're the All New Sports Show.
We might have to think about changing that name someday.
Oh, yeah, he's getting really bad all of a sudden. Maybe we'll be the Raheemers.
The Dreamers.
The Dreamers. The Dreamers.
Yeah.
It's going to be a dream one day when he's playing for Man City.
What?
Anyway,
Who are these people?
Why are we talking about Europe? Anyway, folks, we are here tonight. We are your one-stop shop for all that is local sports in the Nash, Edgecombe, and Wilson County areas. Tonight on tap for your folks, we have baseball. Why? Because it's freaking April. It's baseball season.
It's gorgeous today. Beautiful baseball weather before we hit the 100% humidity days of June.
Totally. We're going to wrap up basketball for the season because we don't care about the NBA, so we're not going to talk about that.
Nope.
But first, Ed, why don't you put us over?
Of course. You can, of course, catch us on Twitter, and you'll see all this information on the bottom of the screen as we go along with our program today. You can follow us on the Twitter at All New Sport Show, not Sports Show. It is Sport Show. You can find us on Facebook.
We enjoy sport.
We do. You can also blame Twitter. Facebook.com/allnewsportsshow for updates there. You can go to Instagram, All New Sports Show. Periscope at Edward Green. Email us, allnewsportshow@gmail.com. You can, of course, find us, send us your letters and parcels to 1701 Sunset Avenue, Suite 201, Rocky Mount, North Carolina, 27804. And you can catch him at Wes Bradshaw 21. I am at Edward Green on the Twitter. And lastly, check out our podcast. I speak English for a living. At podbean.com, Stitcher Radio, Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, the iTunes Music Store, and NGSC Sports.
That's right, folks, because we're awesome.
We are.
This show's, of course, become the greatest vehicle ever for our
Apparently it has.
podcast. Because apparently we call our podcast the All New Sports Show, the podcast, and it has nothing to do with Nash, Edgecombe, or Wilson County sports.
Much like how the U.S. women's national team has become the U.S. national team, and the Women's World Cup has become the World Cup, the All New Sports Show, the podcast, might have just become the All New Sports Show.
And
this might have become the All New Sports Show, the television show.
It's All New Sports Show, the telecast.
Yeah.
Oh, me, folks. Wheels within wheels. They keep on turning. Those script writers in Burn just keep us guessing at all times.
They do. And they keep us sweaty.
That's right. It is
warm
in here today, folks. And of course, Ed, it's not getting any cooler with my star wattage just shining brightly. Also, folks, of course, big thanks to Herman the Raven making an appearance tonight.
Yep.
Good friend of the show. He keeps us grounded.
Because he can't fly.
Exactly. He can't fly. He's a good, solid Raven, but he can't fly.
Shame.
Big thanks to tonight's sponsors. Of course, your show sponsor. I speak English, too, for a living. Sort of. Roger G. Taylor and Associates, big thanks to Roger G. Taylor. He's the reason you have a show to watch every Sunday night here at 8 o'clock on WHIG TV.
Sorry.
And folks, if you have been watching WHIG TV at 8 o'clock lately on Sunday nights, you have seen a lot of high-quality area baseball.
Yes, you have.
And the man you've been hearing is the man to my right, Edward Green.
I'm one of them, yes.
As well as our friend Antonio Dowdy. His name is not really Antonio, by the way,
right.
but it is now. Those guys have been doing a great job for us all year. They have been the eyes on the ground as I stay above in my helicopter.
Your ivory tower.
My ivory tower. My helicopter takes me up there. I keep my eye on everything, but I am not on the ground being a good recon team like Edward and Tony are. As of course, folks, because I may coach myself.
Yes.
I coach the 10-year-olds, and we are really bad this year. But anyway, obviously not the coach's fault by any means. But those guys have done a great job, folks. And we are going to start the show tonight. We are going to talk about said baseball. Yeah. And Ed, I believe you have the Big East standings up, as this coming week we will hit the halfway point.
Yes, we will. Hunt currently leads the way. They are 3-1 on the season. Right now, Nash Central and Fike tied at 2-1. They still have a game against each other. Their first game actually gets moved back deep into the season, so they'll actually, I think, play each other like 2 out of 3 games.
A game in hand.
Basically. So they're both 2-1. Northern and Rocky Mount. Northern, the pre-tournament favorites, they are 2-2 in conference, along with Rocky Mount. Southern Nash at 0-4 right now at the bottom. Of course, Northern and Rocky Mount will be playing this Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, weather permitting. Hopefully, maybe we'll be there as well. But right now, Wes, I think the most surprising thing now is Northern struggles, and I think you could see it a little. You could see it a little early on. Started the non-con not very well. Mm-hmm. Then they started kind of turning it around. Beat Hunt to open the season 8-0. Mm-hmm. Beat Southern Nash 5-0. The second game in conference play, and you really thought they were hitting their streak. Then we went out. We did not go out there. Then they go to Nash Central, lose 6-4, and then the game that we showed last week on the sports show
by accident. We're not going to that.
Home game against Fike. They end up losing 7-1, and that was a game, started by the ace of their staff. And that's one thing. We weren't expecting this team to struggle this mightily. I think you can put a little bit of the beginning struggles, like a loss 3-0 to CBA Cock, loss 5-1 to Roxborough Community. Early season, weather really futzed with a lot of people's schedules this year. A lot of people really struggled. For some teams, I believe Rocky Mount, their first week of actual activity on the field was practice on Monday, open with Southwest Edgecombe on Tuesday. And that's how you start your season. So it's been kind of weird. It's hard to take early season games for face value this year. But what struck me most watching Northern play Fike last week was not so much that they lost 7-1. It was how they lost. They looked lethargic. Mm-hmm. They looked really poor on defense. They looked like they did not have a sense of urgency. They did not look like the title contenders we thought they would be at the beginning of the season, which every time we saw them last year, every time we talked about them last year, all we said was, man, if Northern can learn how to hit the baseball, and this is a young team that's going to be bringing back basically everybody next year, oh, buddy, look out, they are going to be good. And right now, still within striking distance of the conference lead, have that win against Hunt, but I would be a little bit concerned right now if I was Leonard Allen. The sense of urgency was not there against Fike. They do finish up this past Easter break week with wins against Southern Wayne and Eastern Wayne before losing to Ragsdale 4-1 in the Wilson tournament this weekend. But I'm a little worried about Northern. This was the team, I think, preseason, that if there was going to be a team from our area to make a run in the playoffs, this was it. This was Northern. This was going to be their year. And I'm not really seeing that so far.
What has been interesting to me is there are a couple things you can say about a team like Northern Nash, a team that returned everyone and was expected to take the next step up.
Yes.
Couple of things that can come out of that. Two different directions. excuse me, folks,
That's fine.
the pollen is crazy, but end up at the same spot. One, is this a team that's feeling the pressure of big-time preseason expectations?
Certainly.
You know, when there are questions surrounding you, that's where guys can go out there. They play free. They play loose. With Derek Carter and the rest of the pitching staff coming back, and pretty much the entire fielding group and the hitting group.
yeah.
I mean, I believe they lost one or two guys on the lineup.
Maybe one.
Maybe one.
Actually, I don't even know if they lost a regular.
I thought they had.
Maybe one.
Okay. But folks, what you see out of that are guys maybe coming back who are tight, that they bought into the hype. I remember, I'll just give you a quick example. There was a Rocky Mount team, a couple of Rocky Mount teams I can tell you of right now. One was in 2001, where it was a Rocky Mount team that had been building. This was kind of the golden generation of Rocky Mount baseball was supposed to be. This is a group that I believe sent 4 or 5 kids to play D1 baseball. I'm talking University of North Carolina,
Yes.
D1 baseball.
Yes.
And I was very close with that group that year because I was just out of school. I knew all those guys. They seemed tight for a lot of the year. And when they went down to Guy Smith, and 1 or 2 things went wrong against J.H. Rose, who obviously was always your biggest competition. That was in Rocky Mount, J.H. Rose. That rivalry was burning so hot and intense it wasn't funny. Couple things go wrong. Rocky Mount ends up getting blown out of that game, and then they drop. You know, they played well through the rest of the conference schedule. Actually beat Rose back in Rocky Mount, and then in the final game of the year, that pressure had come back. That final conference game against a Northern Nash team that I want to say finished last in the conference that year, and they beat Rocky Mount 4-0 that night. And that was a Rocky Mount team. They were tight. They go into the playoffs. You know, they go win their first game down in Hillsborough. Then they come home second round against a Leesville Road. Actually, it was Athens Drive. Now that I've said it wrong 8 times, against an Athens Drive team that they were just completely better than, and they get knocked out of the playoffs in the second round. And that was a team that just it never clicked, even though they had 2 Division I pitchers. Actually, 3 Division I pitchers if you went down in the bullpen some. Had a Division I player at shortstop. And had the state player of the year. So that might be a thing. The next one was the 2009 Rocky Mount baseball team, the year after they win a state championship. When you looked at the names that they lost some good players, but you're returning Brian Goodwin, you're returning Ben Fish, you're gaining Hobbs Johnson, you've got Benton Moss.
That's pretty good.
That's another 4 Division I baseball players. Also, they had a returning starter in Collins Cuthrell, who has just been named to the Final 60 of the Golden Spikes Award.
Not bad.
And right now, maybe the best player in Division II baseball. They had Thomas Berry, who is one of the best players in Division II baseball. Needless to say, his team was loaded. Second round playoffs. And they just never really, even though they were a top 5 team most here in the state, you never really saw that team hit their potential. And part of it, I think they were a little tight. You know, so I've seen it happen before personally. I bring up those 2 examples. And I'm going to say, I don't quite know if this Northern team was as good as either of those teams. But I think you could be seeing that, where they might be a little tight. No, they better figure it out real quick because the season's half over. The other side I can think of, because I've seen this too. Man, we're bringing everybody back. We got the best pitching staff in the league. Everybody's going to roll over for us. You know, you say, especially in football, we're not going to roll our helmets out on that field and just beat other teams. Is some of that going on? Are they expecting to go out there? There's a difference in expecting to go out and win and going out grabbing the ring and winning, and then expecting to win and going out there and laying an egg because suddenly something doesn't go your way and you just fall apart. It could be a combination of the 2. Northern wasn't maybe expecting it to be quite this difficult. Or they just don't know how to take everybody's best shot. That's another thing. When you're getting back into the winning ways of a program, you have to relearn how to win sometimes.
And I think to your point on that that might be able to explain a little bit about what I saw at Fike when they played at home against Fike the other night. Fike came out hit Derek Carter in the mouth right away. Leadoff single. Derek Carter then throws away a ball on a pickoff attempt. Runner goes to second. Ground out. Runner goes to third. Base hit. Score. And Fike's already up 1-0, and off maybe one of the best pitchers in the conference.
Yeah.
And you could just kind of see everybody on Northern, I think, just getting a little
tight.
Whoa, just wow, Fikes really came to play here. And obviously they lost to Nash Central earlier in the week, so it's not like they shouldn't have been on the lookout for getting a team's best shot. But I mean, just to come out there, and I think they also might have thought, well, we got Derek Carter on the mound tonight.
There you go.
Now everything's gonna be fine. With the loss at Nash Central, maybe a little fluky, we're gonna be fine tonight against Fike. And then all of a sudden you're down 1-0 in the first. They did come back to tie it in the third, so now it's 1-1 going in the fourth. Fike immediately comes back for 2.
We could use a word that I'm sure Clint Williams enjoys. That's a little bit of entitlement. Not to get political here by any means.
Did you know there's an event center coming to Rocky Mount?
Anyway, folks.
But yeah, I do know what you mean. Yes.
They could feel a little entitled, such as, hey, this is our conference. And not feel they have to go out there and go to war every week. Talking to Leonard Allen a little bit, I happen to see Leonard once or twice every now and then. He's kind of made the comment, some days I don't really know what I'm going to get. And
that's not good from a team that's coming back from winning the conference.
Exactly, and that's returning everyone.
Yeah.
He should know exactly what he's going to get from those guys.
Oh, boy.
So, Northern... I would say, well, there's still time to turn around. There is time.
Yeah.
But you know what? You and I talk about Liverpool. What have we said lately about Liverpool? If you want to make the top 4, okay, guys, the time is now.
6 matches left.
Exactly. 6 matches left. There's not really time to experiment. Now's the time to give everything the best shot you've got and go after it and go get it. So we'll see what Northern Nash does. At 20 past hour, folks, we want to once again thank our sponsor of the show, Roger G. Taylor and Associates, title sponsor of the All New Sports Show. Of course, folks, if you look down on the screen, well, we just had one up there.
But now you can actually see his name.
That's right. All New Sports Show presented by Roger G. Taylor and Associates, but also a big thanks to all those other sponsors that are scrolling across the bottom of our screen. Okay. Ed, taking a look now in Wilson County.
Yeah.
Excuse me. You're welcome, Clint. You're welcome, buddy. In Wilson County this past week, over the spring break, the Fike Golden Demons have gone out and won the Golden Leaf Tournament Championship. 20 teams from around the state playing in this, including all 6 Big East teams. And the Golden Demons of Fike go 3-0. It was an invitational, so it wasn't a strap tournament.
Yeah.
Fike goes 3-0, but the tiebreaker, it was not
goal differential.
It was not goal differential. It's not away goals. Yeah. It was the tiebreaker was based on your opponent's record in the tournament.
Oh.
By virtue of that, Fike, whose opponents posted a 4-3 record, they were named tournament champions. Your other 3-0 teams in that tournament: Parrott Academy out of Kinston and Roxborough Community School.
By the way, Parrott Academy beat Hunt this week.
Parrott Academy is good, though.
Yes,
that's true.
That's true.
That is a very good, solid private school team. Now, here's my favorite thing: is that DJ Daniels pitches for Hunt.
Yes.
Didn't know that. Honestly, haven't seen Hunt.
No, only Brandon Winstead pitched the other night for against Northern. He's quite good.
He's quite good. Buck Edmondson in his second year at Fike, he's doing a really good job with those guys. Edmondson, of course, a former assistant coach at Nash Central, has made his way over to Fike now. Like we said, he's doing a good job with a team that I think the jury was really out on Fike this year. They're they're having a pretty dang good season.
Absolutely.
2-1 in the conference. As we said, a game in hand on the on Hunt being the first place team, and that ball game should be coming up this week as well. Hunt Fike.
Hunt Fike, yes. Hunt Fike will also be Tuesday.
So that's going to be a massive ball game. Rocky Mount Northern are playing to get out of the mid-table.
Yes.
Fike Hunt are playing for the top of the conference. Sounds like basketball again.
Yeah. Hey, well, Hunt's only lost this conference season is to Northern. It's basically exactly like basketball. But yeah, they actually play Nash Central twice in 4 days coming up here on the 18th and 21st of April. So that's where that game in hand comes in.
Looks like the other night they wrapped up the championship with a win over in-city foe Wilson Christian Academy. First time those two had ever faced off.
Wow.
Fike and Wilson Christian. Wilson Christian, a year ago, the North Carolina Christian School Association 2A state champions. So, that's a very good program. And taking a quick look out of the high school ranks now, we're going to move a little bit into a little bit of college baseball.
Yes.
Of course, if you are a local college baseball fan, over the weekend, State Carolina played 3.
Oh, yes,
with the Tar Heels taking 2 out of 3.
2 very tight ball games.
The one we were interested in today, Carolina unfortunately lost. Benton Moss pitching today for the Tar Heels. Did not last long. Looked like he was having a pretty darn good game. And then Mike Fox just went Mike Fox.
Mike Fox.
Pulled him in the 3rd inning because, 10th all-time in wins.
Huh? Final line on Benton today, 2 1/3. Gave up 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned. Walked 3, struck out 2. Faced 10 batters through 36 pitches.
So let's pull him. Get in that bullpen.
We just looking at the Twitter feed of some people who were at the game. Basically what happened was he walked the bases loaded in the 3rd inning, and Mike Fox said, "That's enough. I'm going to go to my closer, Tyler Thornton."
In the 3rd inning.
And Thornton will proceed to give up 5 runs and lose you the game.
3rd inning. Let's go to the closer. Oh, man. What Richard Sarmiento must have thought.
I don't understand that logic. He's supposed to be one of your best pitchers, and
he's your senior.
Yeah. Why can't you trust him to get out of that?
I mean, if he gives up a run or two, he gives up a run or two.
Do you then not have much faith in your offense to come back?
I mean, you've won 2 games already in the weekend. Well, whatever.
This is what Mike Fox, and it bothers me so much. This is why I don't pull for Carolina. When people wonder why I can go to Carolina and not pull for Carolina in baseball, there you go. This isn't even Exhibit A anymore. This is like Exhibit Triple J. Maybe that's probably what we're up to by now. Do I share anger? Do I shed it like a dog sheds his hair?
Let's get a little warmer in here.
Yeah.
I believe it's your anger.
It is. I have a lot of anger directed at Mike Fox. I just don't understand how you can do that when you have a player who is so good. Like you said, he is a senior. Again, 10th all-time in wins at the University of North Carolina. They have a track record of throwing out some decently good pitchers. There's a guy named Matt Harvey who's coming back this year for the New York Mets. It's pretty good. There's a guy named Adam Warren. It's pretty good. There's a guy pitching for
That's the Red Sox.
Yeah.
There's a guy named Alex White. He's a pretty dang on good pitcher.
There's a guy who
Andrew Miller.
Andrew Miller, who
Darn good pitcher. Daniel Bard.
Good pitcher.
Pretty darn good pitcher.
Yeah.
And that's literally just in like the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even really touch the scope. Robert Woodard. I mean, just plenty of guys who were.
And he's 10. He's 10 in that school's entire history.
So let's throw.
When you say, oh, he's walked the bases loaded in the 3rd inning.
Can't trust him.
Can't have that. No.
Can't trust him. Got to bring on my closer.
Absolutely. Who's going to throw 6 innings?
He's not your typical closer.
He's not your typical coach. And that's why they've never won a championship.
Tell you, who's getting a little more hate in Chapel Hill these days? Roy Williams.
Roy
Williams. Now, obviously, you are not going to get quite the vocal majority of Carolina baseball that you're going to Carolina basketball because there are a lot more people.
Yeah.
A lot more people go to Walmart for basketball than baseball.
Did you say Walmart?
Yeah, a lot more Walmart fans for basketball. They don't realize they have baseball. We understand that. A lot more people don't realize there's a baseball program in Carolina that are basketball fans.
I can laugh at this because I know those fans.
It's kind of like...
You mean those fans that didn't actually go to Carolina and still perform?
Yeah, or the ones who,
went to East Carolina.
I'm sorry, I'm burying my own people here.
You kind of are.
My East Carolina football fans.
You kind of are.
Who are Carolina basketball fans.
You kind of are.
Oh, God, we need Britt Johnson on the phone immediately. Britt Johnson.
We'll call you.
Don't call us, we'll call you Britt. Actually, Britt, if you call, we'll put you on right now.
No, we won't.
Britt's not watching, trust me.
Okay.
Just to get into this really quick.
Yeah.
I just, okay, you don't even realize there's a baseball program. So, okay. But I'm saying in the Carolina baseball community, there have been a vocal group over the last few years that are maybe saying maybe it's time for Mike Fox to hang it up. Maybe it's time to move somewhere else.
Yeah.
Move in a different direction. Same with Roy.
Yes.
Which Roy am I talking about? Roy, not Roy.
Yes.
Raleigh.
Roy.
Raleigh.
Roy. I to be honest though, I think maybe Mike Fox is a little Arsene right now. He's going to keep winning.
Yeah.
But when is he going to pull through and win you the title?
I'm going to tell you right now, they're a lot farther off now than they were 10 years ago.
Which is true.
10 years ago, you were a freaking out away from winning the World Series.
How many times can you finish fourth in the ACC and make it to the NCAA tournament? And that's good enough.
Especially when, NC State's doing nothing to become worse.
Louisville entered the conference and immediately is just amazing.
You can never count out those two Florida schools.
They're pretty good.
Georgia Tech, I don't know what's happened to Georgia Tech, but they and Clemson, Georgia Tech and Clemson are two sleeping giants.
Yes.
They're just, right now they're just not great for whatever reason. Oh, and don't forget University of Virginia.
Sure.
Pretty good.
Who by the way, Georgia Tech took this weekend.
There you go. I just believe it's at some time or another, kind of like our friend Arsene Wenger at the Woolwich Arsenal. Sooner or later, I just think you've got to expect more from your coach.
Yeah.
Yes, you made us a national power. Arsene made them a European power. Are you now comfortable just being in the conversation but not really being a threat?
Be in the fourth place in your league, going to the group stage of the Champions League, and that's it. And that's
making hosting a regional and maybe making a super regional.
They didn't even do that last year. They were the third seed in Florida.
Yeah. This is, and I understand, baseball's up and down. God, look at Texas.
Yeah.
It's freaking Texas now.
What were you telling me earlier that
was amazing? But
there's four NCAA or there's four Texas teams in the top 25, and Texas isn't one of them.
No, we're Texas. They are, and Texas Tech just dropped out.
That's true.
They are Texas A&M, Rice, Houston, and Dallas Baptist.
Yeah.
Dallas Baptist, you say?
Is a factor.
Check the baseball, folks.
It is a factor.
The baseball is legit. But North Carolina and Texas, I think, are somewhat on par on that stance. Texas won a few more national titles. Texas is Texas. Right, Mac Brown? We know. But University of North Carolina, Mike Fox has shown that's a powerhouse program. Literally could be year in, year out. I don't understand what's happened. Now, I love Benton Moss.
We both do.
I love Hobbs Johnson. We both do. Benton Moss is not Matt Harvey.
No.
He's not Daniel Bard. He's not Andrew Miller. He's not Alex White. He's a heck of a player.
He's also a lot smarter
Heck
than
of a
all
kid.
of them.
Oh, he's brilliant. IQ, and I don't know those other four guys, but IQ combined is probably not near.
He was a scholar.
He's a Moorhead.
Yeah, Moorhead scholar.
So he's a Moorhead kid.
He's good.
He's fantastic, but I believe sooner or later you're going to have to ask for more from your baseball coach at the University of North Carolina.
I think you're right. It's tough. Baseball is tough.
It is.
It's really tough. It can be very cyclical.
Ask our buddy, Baseball Brit.
Yeah.
Who a year ago at this time they were rolling through. They were a top 4 team in the country.
Number 2.
They were number 2 in the country at this time last year. They were on their way to the College World Series, and this year, barring a miracle, they're not getting to a regional.
Yep. Right now,
Lander having a tough season.
Everybody, you need to put up your hands to the sky and give the Lander Bearcats all of your energy. Right now, they are 10-17 in conference play, 21-23 overall. But they can still get in through their conference tournament.
Yes, have to qualify for that conference tournament first.
Oh, I did not know that.
That's another thing. I am 99% sure the Peach Belt, you have to qualify to get into the tournament. And also in the Peach Belt, UNC Pembroke, who is being led by the gentleman we talked about earlier, Collins Cuther, who the last time I checked was batting about .438, had 19 bombs.
Pretty good.
And 55 RBI, and he is actually there. Collins is going to Pembroke as, you hear about it in football and basketball all the time. He's a graduate who's going to graduate school, had a year of eligibility left, left Barton, and suddenly has gone to Pembroke and is quite filthy.
Yep. You were right. Top 8 teams go to the baseball tournament for the Peach Belt, and right now Lander is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th.
How many out of a spot are they? How many are they for staying up? You got to stay up.
Right now, unfortunately, it looks like they don't have games in hand.
What?
They have reverse games in hand right now. In fact, I believe they're the only team in the conference that right now has played 27 conference games. Everybody, well, no, USCA can also has. Everybody else is in that 24-23 range.
Who do they need to pass it?
Montevallo, Georgia College, and Francis Marion.
Folks, a lot of good energy.
They need to win out and then hope.
Folks, there is a great opportunity for you next weekend. I was planning to go, but unfortunately, due to my commitments to the USA South softball tournament, I will not be able to. Lander will travel to Pembroke next weekend. Saturday, Sunday, they'll play those guys. I believe doubleheader Saturday, they'll play on Sunday. They will be taking on Pembroke, and obviously a pivotal series for Lander.
Oh, yeah.
Where's Pembroke in the standings, by the way?
They are fourth.
Fourth, okay, so a pivotal series for Lander. Folks, if you want a chance to go see Thomas Berry and Baseball Brick, go check out some baseball. They will be in Pembroke next week. Of course, you also check out Collins Kidder while you're down there, who may be the best player in Division II baseball.
And he's from Wilson.
He's from Rocky Mount.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They played in Barton. Oh, did he play in Barton?
Yeah.
He played in Barton. Excuse me.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Starting third baseman, state championship team. 08.
Misspoke.
Yeah, 08. Here we go. Yeah, I think it's time to wrap up our baseball coverage for the week.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll leave you with one thing. This is how many wins the Red Sox have. This is how many losses the Red Sox have.
That might be changing.
That's better than that. That's right, because it's going to be 4-1 after the Yankees tonight.
No, it's not.
Already changed your mind?
7-0. Oh, first inning.
We're just spotting them. Buckholz's already hurt. Bring back Stephen Wright. We'll just take a quick commercial break. When we come back, your most exciting minute of the week, right here on the All New Sports Show. You know what it is. We'll be right back with more of the All New Sports Show, brought to you by Roger G. Taylor Associates on WHIG TV.
The new place is perfect, or at least it will be, with a little help from Dex. In the book or at DexKnows.com. Dex can help you get results fast and deliver the best local advice so you can get it done right. Right here, right now.
We should do this more often.
Dex, results for the here and now.
The WHIG TV karaoke show is moving to an all-new night, Tuesdays at 9:30. Catch all your favorite singers from Zaxby's every Tuesday at 9:30 and Saturday at 9:30, only on WHIG TV.
That was a quick commercial break. We are back with more of the All New Sports Show, brought each and every week by Roger G. Taylor and Associates. Isn't that right, Herman? He's a good Raven, folks. Folks, I know you people at home who have not hopped on the podcast bandwagon yet. This is probably your one time
This is the last chance.
per week that you get to hear about the most popular sport in the world. Like that. Don't turn the channels.
Yeah, please don't. Don't mute us.
A, it's only 60 seconds.
Might run long today.
B, most popular sport in the world.
Most popular athlete in the world.
Most popular athlete in
We're
the
not going
world.
to talk about him in this 60 seconds, though.
No, we're not. Either of them. One's beautiful, one's a hobbit, but one scores a lot. Sorry. He is. It's true.
No, it's not.
All right, folks. It is time for your most exciting of the week. It's time for 60 seconds of soccer.
The team who came back from the dead.
I did.
Oh, I wasn't looking.
You weren't paying attention.
Ed, you want to start? You want me to start?
Let me get the clock up here. Go ahead.
Live
Go ahead.
television.
Go ahead.
weekend. Here we go, folks. Where do we start? Where do I always start? I start on the side of Mersey. That is red, folks. We're going to Liverpool in the northwest, where the sky is closer to the ground. Liverpool, Liverpool, Liverpool. Since we talked last, folks, they have gone from the high of highs, being the hottest team in England, to suddenly we can't beat Arsenal or Man United. It's time to fire the coach. It's time to sell off the best players. Man City's going to take everyone we've got. But we're still alive in the FA Cup, taking on Aston Villa. We're going to Wembley. Wembley on the 19th. That's next Sunday. Liverpool, Aston Villa, a spot in the finals against probably Arsenal is at stake, and with it, Liverpool's chance to not only end the season with silverware for the first time in a good while, but also the dream of the greatest day ever happening on Stevie G's birthday, as long as he's not suspended or benched for that match. It could happen. Liverpool, Aston Villa, check it out. Also, Man City, good job dropping 3 more, because with a win tomorrow against Newcastle, Liverpool are 4 out of the Champions League.
Can I get my minute? All right. Yeah, I don't think anything to report on the Tottenham front this week. So we will just tell you that, yeah, Spurs, Liverpool going to Wembley, face former Spurs boss Tim Sherwood, who has the Clarets riding high.
He's a terrifying man.
Yes, he is. He's a great man. I have no ill feelings for him, because he may have just done Spurs a great favor, where if he can then beat Liverpool in the semifinals and then beat probably Arsenal in the FA Cup finals, and we finish 7th, we don't have to go to Europa next year.
So it's time to lose.
Absolutely.
And pull for Reading and Aston Villa.
Yes, that's exactly what we're going to do. I am becoming a huge Aston Villa mark for the rest of the season.
A stunning
And if it
final
means we also have to lose to Southampton in a few weeks to make sure that we give them their energy so they can also go try to take Manchester City's place in the Champions League, I'm willing to make that sacrifice. Sorry, Maurizio.
You're a brave man, Charlie Brown. You're very brave. You're a good man.
Thank you.
Good man, you're a brave man. All right, folks, that has been your most exciting minute of the week. And we both just took a minute today because we're cool like that. So if you could please make that thing stop.
It stopped.
My goodness, thank you. And we can now move on, folks. Let's take this moment to introduce for the first time in a good while Bishop's Corner.
Yes, we can do Bishop's Corner right now.
Make the move.
Of course, very important little time here coming up for the Batlin Bishops. Give you a quick rundown of what's going on with them right now. First, a little bit of news coming out in the last couple days. 3 bishops picked up USA South weekly awards recently. Men's Tennis Player of the Week, of course, tennis very big over at Wesleyan. Robert Kielberg. Love their names over there. He, the senior from Vetlanda, Sweden. You know, you talked about Swedish people we know. He's up there. He's probably number 2 at this point. And he probably can never get to number 1.
Never.
But he can be a very strong number 2.
Well, I don't even know if he's 2. Don't forget ABBA.
You count them all as 1.
Absolutely. I don't know anyone out of that. Of course they're all 1.
Kielberg earned a 3-set victory over the best player in the Atlantic South region, who comes from second-ranked Emory, Alex Rudderman. He did that. In doubles action, he also teamed up with Sebastian Sick to defeat Emory as well, and they had the top-ranked doubles team, so that was good. The baseball had the Rookie of the Week as Caleb Narin, familiar last name in our area. He's the freshman infielder from Cherryville, North Carolina, went 5 for 9 on the week, had an RBI and 2 doubles in the Bishops week against USA South competition. But in the 3-game series against Maryville, he appeared in 2 of the games and went combined 5 for 7 with 2 runs scored, an RBI, and 2 doubles. The softball also had the Rookie of the Week for USA South. That was Caitlin Chacon, the freshman outfielder from Cary, went 7 of 17 on the week, scored 10 runs. Very impressive.
17 trips, not bad.
Yeah, had 5 RBIs, 3 doubles, 4 walks, and a steal in a week where her team went 4-2 against USA South competition. So very impressive there, those 3 athletes. Your recent results coming up. Wesleyan's softball team had a big win on the day in extra innings against LaGrange. 9 innings, win 7-6. I know. I'm
The
sorry.
adopted team of the All New Sports
I know,
Show.
I'm sorry.
But hey, we're still pulling for the Battle of Bishops over Lagrange.
Yes,
Any day of the week.
absolutely. They also swept the doubleheader today with a 4-3 win earlier. Baseball also pulled out a win in 10 innings, 11-10 over LaGrange. LaGrange came up here and got a bit of a smackdown overall. Men's and women's tennis also shut them out, 9-0, 9-0. I guess as we'd say in tennis, 9-0.
9-0. Oh, we say, oh.
At Southampton, Sunderland.
Ooh.
Sorry, Black Cats. Also, coming up tomorrow, if you want to head out to Wesleyan, there won't be a baseball game there. They'll be up in Bridgewater, Virginia. So if you want to make the trip,
Bridgewater, Virginia.
they'll be playing baseball at 4 p.m. then. Then they will actually be heading home for, well, I believe, the USA South Tournament, which starts on the 16th in Wilson, North Carolina.
Now, there is no actual baseball tournament that they're doing for USA South. It's more of an,
Invitation?
I guess, kind of more of a demonstration sport. I don't really know why.
A demonstration?
I'm just using that as an example. I read this on the USA South tournament website. If you would like to take a look at that.
I would.
All right.
That's very interesting.
Very interesting. Folks, but something Ed did mention, this week is the week of Spring Sports USA South tournaments beginning. And once again, here in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, Wesleyan is the host of the spring tournaments.
No, Rocky Mount is the host. Wesleyan does not actually host anything.
Okay, well,
That's an important distinction that I will levy upon you.
okay, well, thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay. So, all right, that's what that is. Cool.
Yeah. Okay, so they're going to have a softball tournament, but they're not going to have a...
They daggone better have a softball tournament.
Well, of course they are.
Absolutely.
Which Wesleyan just sneaks into.
All right. They get the tiebreaker because they're hosting. Oh, LaGrange just picked it up this year. Averett's still there. Billy Peace. I used to hang out with Billy Peace, but no, I didn't.
When do you get to see... You get to see LaGrange at... Oh, will you be doing that? When do you do it? Just on Saturday, I guess?
No, I do all three. The Voice.
So are there two different sites?
There's field 1, field 2.
Okay. Are you on field one?
Well, usually I'm field 1 because that's championship field.
Okay, I understand. So that's the question. Will you, at 9 a.m., be getting Averett Wesleyan or LaGrange Huntington?
Sounds to me I will probably get Averett Wesleyan. So all you Wesleyan fans, come on out. Get to listen to a real announcer's voice. That being me. Bright and early Friday morning because I'm sure you have nothing else to do other than go to that. Those games are going to be played at the complex here in Rocky Mount because Rocky Mount is hosting the USA South Tournament. Wesleyan is competing in the USA South Tournament.
Yes.
Very good for them. As I said, folks, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there will be softball, there will be lacrosse, field hockey, whatever they call it.
Yes.
It's reading.
Wesleyan will not be at the lacrosse because they do not have lacrosse.
Oh, okay. There will be tennis.
Yes.
There will be golf. Golf. We got to take a look at golf from today. And what did you say about baseball?
Yes. The sport of baseball, this is from the USA South website that I'm reading right now. The sport of baseball does not include a tournament, but some regular season contests will still take place at the festival from Thursday. It's a festival.
That's what I wanted.
Thursday, April 16th through Sunday, April 19th, and will split time between Fleming Stadium in Wilson and Five County Stadium in Zebulon. 3-game series featuring 6 USA South teams will take place during the weekend.
Okay, so that's it.
They've gone English on us, Wes. There's no playoffs here. It's just you win the league.
You win
the league.
But where's the cup? They've got to have a cup.
Where's Championship Sunday?
There's got to be a cup somewhere.
Where's Lee Dixon going to be on Championship Sunday, Wes?
Here's the deal, they all need to play their game exactly the same time, so nobody can cheat and try to throw
Exactly.
Because, college and all. But, folks, definitely, as I said and Ed said, I will be one of the 2 announcers for this year's women's softball tournament. Year 3 for me. I'm becoming quite a popular figure, with the ladies and gentlemen who make their way up to this tournament every year. It's fantastic. Sorry, just had to take a breath in there. Maybe it was a little inopportune at the moment at the time where it came in. That's just what happens sometimes. Folks, I am usually on field one. I will once again this year be available for autographs. Please understand, though, when I'm working, I am nothing if not the consummate professional. But yes, I will sign your autograph instead of announcing the next batter. I have no problem doing that because, once again, Ed, who's this tournament all about?
You.
Thank you. Thank you. Thumbs up. This guy. All right.
Your standings going into sort of the last weekend of the year. I guess then it's not really the last week for baseball. Men's tennis and women's tennis doing very good for Wesleyan. Men's tennis for Wesleyan 9-0 in conference, 12-5 overall. They win the regular season there. Women's tennis also in the regular season go 12-0 in conference, 12-2 overall. Very well done for them. Softball, as we said, they're going to finish 8th. 13-11 in conference play, 17-15 overall.
Just get in.
That's all that matters. Survive in advance. Baseball, as we said, there's no tournament there, but they are 8-19 overall, 8-19 in conference, 10-24 overall, right above the bottom of the table right now.
No relegation.
No relegation.
Who's getting relegated? William Peace. Unfortunately, you do know William Peace was a girls' school until about 5 years ago.
Men's golf, they are unfortunately 9th in it, going into this final week of play here. So if you're going to go cheer on a team, go cheer on the tennis team. They'll be playing over at, I believe, the tennis courts.
Just remember, when you cheer on the tennis team, you have to be quiet during the volleys.
No, did you see those Stanford UCLA highlights from last week? Oh, no.
Absolutely.
Oh, no, you go nuts.
Not.
You go nuts.
I 100% did not see those Stanford USA tennis highlights. Sorry.
Frames on, games on.
And maybe I'm just a little old-fashioned. Maybe Wimbledon still means something to me. I want everyone in white, looking pristine, playing the game of gentlemen and ladies everywhere.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize everybody kept quiet in baseball when a pitcher throws the ball 96 miles per hour.
I didn't say baseball. I'm talking tennis.
I'm just saying if they can do it.
I'm talking tennis here.
I feel like tennis athletes can do it too.
Monica Seles would not be happy with your point of view right now.
It's true. None of them probably would be.
Anyway, all right, that has been your Bishop's Corner for the week.
Yes.
So folks, head out this week. Hopefully, if this weekend's anywhere near as beautiful as this past weekend has been, you're going to have a great few days to get out and watch the ball. It won't be.
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. Also, wait a minute. Do you know something?
Actually, I do know this week is supposed to rain a lot.
Well,
I don't know how that's going to go this weekend. I'm actually going to check right now.
Checking right now because, oh, crap. Friday, Saturday showers. Blasted. Well, we'll have to see how that works out, folks, because once again...
Didn't it rain last year for their... Or was it 2 years ago?
It always does. Well, Russell Westbrook dropped 54 tonight.
What's that?
Apparently that's the round ball game. Not soccer. I know.
Only 20% on Friday, 70% Saturday, 10% Sunday.
I can live with the 20 and the 10. I do remember 2 years ago. God, 2 years ago, I think we got in the first set of games on Friday, and then the rest of the day got rained out.
Yeah.
So then I ended up doing like 6 games a day for the next 2 days. It was extremely tiring.
I remember you telling me about
it. I have to get my voice.
Yeah, you were expending so much energy there.
I was, man. Ed, this is your livelihood. Don't forget I answer phones at work too. So.
That's true.
And a podcast this week. Oh, gonna need some nice honey in my tea. All right.
Big podcast coming up this week.
Big podcast. Is this the Big 5-0?
This is the Big 5-0.
Wow.
You want to wrap up basketball?
I do. Let's wrap up basketball. So, apparently the NCAA tournament happened. And there's your basketball wrap-up for the year. No, for real. If you want our real thoughts on that, go listen to the podcast from last week, episode 49, because we did break it down a little bit. Real quick, I'm going to give you the nickel roundup. Duke, in case you hadn't heard yet, won the national championship. Ed, how did you enjoy it?
Not much. Didn't watch.
Didn't watch either. Not a second. Fell asleep during Raw. I'm falling asleep during Raw. Basketball's definitely not going to hold my attention. Big congratulations to Duke. Number 5 for head coach Mike Krzyzewski.
Stanford wins the National Invitational Tournament, which, of course, as we know from this year, it's people like to make such a big deal of the big tournaments. Your community shields, your Champions Leagues. We don't know.
No, it's all about Guinness Invitationals and NITs.
Exactly.
And who was your runner-up in the NIT? The U. So obviously, Stanford, Miami, much bigger between these two guys. Still didn't watch any of it.
I watched a few minutes.
High five.
Michael Irvin was there.
Oh, he's the playmaker.
Did you see have you seen the pregame speech he gave to them?
I didn't. I've seen some of his stuff in the past. He's quite amazing.
Yeah, it was
Did
good.
he curse at them and tell them?
No.
Okay.
At least the ESPN didn't air it.
Did he curse at them and tell them that they weren't carrying Stanley Shakespeare's jock?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, dude, you don't know your early 80s Canes. It's okay.
Why would I?
I do, but it's okay.
Because you're a Hurricanes fan, of course you
I'm a
would.
Hurricanes fan. Anybody want to see my shirt under
No.
here?
Whoops! That down. Crazy individual. UConn women's won the.
No, shut the front door. UConn women, those scrappy underdogs.
Yeah.
Overachievers since day one. Golly, I bet Gina Oriema is the most excited person in the world to finally get over the hump and win, what's this, his 12th national? Who the heck knows?
Apparently,
Golly, wow.
audiences are starting to tune them out.
Wow!
Surprisingly, ratings down this year
Wow.
a lot. Not surprising.
That doesn't say a lot for the past.
Well, no, because they actually have done like decent ones, but
Wow.
but they're not going to.
Well,
So,
Charles Austin.
UConn, start getting bad.
Yeah, it's called parody. That's what makes the NCAA tournament good, or so I'm told. I don't watch it. It's parody. Anyone can win. I love how they play their. Sectional games on home court.
Yeah.
It's really good. Man, that's really getting us some early round upsets. We're playing on your home court in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, let's talk about something good for basketball, folks. All-area team released by the Rocky Mount Telegram. Boys side, your all-area player of the year, Isaiah Alston, senior from Rocky Mount. He was a fantastic shooter. They call him the best pure shooter in the Twin Counties. We saw it.
Yeah.
Especially that last game we did against Northern Nash. When he's hot, he is in fuego.
Yes, he's really
Did I
good.
pay copyright for that?
No.
Thank God. Also making the team, Marquise Wright from Southern Nash, Aaron Spivey from Nash Central, Adam Renner from Northern Nash, Rashik Herring from Tarboro. There were a lot of guys on the honorable mention list, and I'm not going to go through them all. Does that make you angry?
No. Do you want me to go through them?
Or we can just talk about the girls.
Okay, that's fine.
No, you make first team, and we'll talk about you.
All right.
Unfortunately, we don't do an all-new Big Five. No.
That's not surprising.
Sure. Your player of the year, girls, for the Nash Edgecombe County All-Area team, Kiana Thomas from Northern Nash. Zero problem with that because she was like pretty friggin' unstoppable.
Yeah, she's good.
She's very good. Michaela Nelms, sophomore from South Central, or Nash Central, excuse me. Alexia Hines from Northern Nash, Destiny Burgess, Southern Nash, Kiana Spivey, Rocky Mount. Spivey, a sophomore. Watch out, Rocky Mount girls. They're young and loaded.
Yes.
Have we talked about that in this show about being young and loaded?
I think so.
Got
For at least a
play
minute.
loose and don't be entitled.
A hot minute.
That's it. I see soccer at the bottom of the show.
Yeah.
Soccer!
The graphics are just busting out at the bottom of the screen right now.
Oh, except-
He wants to talk more soccer.
Do you really? What's that? Des?
No.
No. Big news out of the college basketball front. Montrez Harrell, who, if he doesn't go pro this time, I don't know what's wrong with that dude. He's won a national title at Louisville. Yes, they were close this year. But, dude, go pro, make a buttload of money, and just get in the NBA, where I won't watch you, but sorry, no offense. He has won the Karl Malone Award, which is given to the nation's best power forward. He received the trophy Friday night from Karl Malone as Karl stopped by.
He delivered it.
In his 18-wheeler.
Really?
And dropped it off because he's the mailman.
Yeah.
Of course. Harold, of course, attended North Edgecombe 3 years before his senior season, where we were kind of building our basketball schedule around him that year, and then he decided to go to Hargrave.
Yeah, it's
Thanks
fine.
a lot. No problem. Of course, was on Louisville's 2013 national title team. Is heading to the NBA draft. Thank goodness. The winner was decided by a combination of fan votes and input from the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame Selection Committee. That's good to know. Selection committees are never, ever biased or anything.
Nope.
But very, very, very happy for Montrezl Harrell to win that award.
We would bring you a Brian Goodwin update, but he's hurt.
Sorry.
Here's your update.
Hobbs Johnson going to start off the season in Double-A ball.
Good. Good
So
for him.
making his way up, I believe at this point is the number 23 ranked prospect in the Brewers organization.
Very nice.
So
They need a lot of help.
Yeah, didn't I pick them to win the Central?
The Brewers?
I can't remember who I picked to win the
No.
Central.
You know what you need to go do, Wes Bradshaw. You need to go re-listen to the all-new Sports Show, the podcast. Available on the iTunes Music Store, Stitcher Radio, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Podbean.com, and at NGSCSports.com, where at NGSC Sports, we never stop.
We putting that bad boy on YouTube still?
No.
Okay. I know it was a lot of bandwidth.
Yeah, it was. We already did like the first 2 episodes, and then we was like,
Oh, okay. Well,
don't care.
once I say it once, I kind of put it out there for everyone to hear, and then I can go forget about it. What I might have to actually do is I need to go write down all my picks.
Yeah, you might.
I have my American League picks written down,
Mm-hmm.
but I need to go write down my National League picks. So at the end of the year, I can say, "Ha, I told you so," or it doesn't matter what I say; it only matters what happens at the end of the day.
You mean like how one of the 2 of us on our last podcast picked Jordan Spieth to win the Masters? And then he did? I believe I had that. Wes
You did
Bradshaw.
have that. I'm gonna give you that. Ricky Fowler, though, who literally was the only other golfer whose name I could come up with on the fly. How could I forget about Dustin Johnson?
I don't know.
He's married to Paulina Gretzky. She's gorge.
He has a coke problem, apparently.
I don't care. That makes her more interesting.
Her? No, him.
Both of them, apparently. I mean, I'm sure if one's doing it, the other's probably there with him. You see how thin she is? Wow.
This show has gone off the rails.
How do we kill for those hips?
Anyway,
Anyway,
if you want to hear more of our musings, please watch us on youtube.com/the All New Sports Show. You can find us on Twitter at All New Sports Show or at
Wes Bradshaw 21.
I am at Edward Green. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, as well as emailing us or mailing us. 1701 Sunset Avenue, Suite 201, Rocky Mount, North Carolina 27804. Please no live animals. Please do not label it mystery box. I will not open a mystery box again.
Well, someone puts down Periscope on there.
Last time I did that, I got Barkley Shut Up and Jam for the Genesis.
You've really got to explain this Periscope thing. I mean, really, is this nothing to do with the Navy?
We'll do it right now. We'll end the show with Periscope.
We have 1 minute remaining.
Yeah, we can. This is how we're gonna end the show.
Ed's going to teach me about technology.
We're gonna end the show with periscoping.
Okay, this is really exciting.
So as we say goodnight to all our fans out there, we are going
Periscope this, apparently.
to Periscope. We're going to Periscope the end of the show.
Awesome.
So all my followers, please get on there as we begin to.
Well, what's your Periscope? Oh,
I'm
there we
Periscoping
go.
the end of the show.
Oh, just yourself. Well, hi, Ed's followers on Periscope.
So there you go.
So are we live on Periscope?
We actually are broadcasting live. This is
Oh,
live.
wow. So it goes live on Periscope.
This is, as you may have seen us last week when we were doing Fike at Northern Nash. I gave the starting lineups actually on Periscope
Really?
before the game started. Then I did. We actually aired our post-game interview live on Periscope as well. Clint Williams held the phone.
For reals?
For reals.
Wow.
Periscope will change the world. And the panic room.
That is mage.
Yep. So that's it.
Mage.
That's our show.
All right, folks, that is the show tonight. He's Ed Green. I'm Wes Bradshaw. That's Herman the Raven. Big thanks, of course, to our producer, Desmond McManus. And, of course, one-name producer Lee.
Great.
Bringing the heat, bringing the thunder. No technical difficulties tonight. Whoop, whoop.
That you know of.
That I know of. Big thanks to Clint Williams. I know he's watching at home because he commented earlier. And I appreciate that. Thank you, Clinton. We will see you sometime.
See you later, everybody.
Good night, America.
Bye.
Southern Sports Show, Roger G. Taylor Associates. Bye.
Yes, that.
Farrington's Auto Works and Collision Center is a full-service repair facility and collision center. Engine and transmission repair or replacement, tune-ups, brakes, and air conditioning. We have the latest computer diagnostic equipment, and we are an NC inspection station. We also accept extended warranties. Our brand new body shop is a complete state-of-the-art collision center, offering frame straightening, lifetime paint guarantees, and free computerized estimates. We use all BASF paint products that are original equipment on over 80% of today's car manufacturers, foreign and domestic. Visit the only independently owned one-stop shop for complete auto care at Farrington's Auto Works and Collision Center, 1212 Construction Drive in Rocky Mount, and let us take care of all of your car's needs.